well, despite my toothache. But, you know, definitely I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show. It's the 20th of May, 28th day in the month of May 2018. And since this is the first time we're coming on since the Children's Day, we want to say Happy Children's Day to all Nigerian children. All right. Today on the show is going to be exciting as, well, the topics are looking that way anyways. But first, our guest at the table this afternoon, sitting close by to me, he's a first-timer and he's the national leader, Youth Platform Africa, Dr. Olufemi Otusonya. Good afternoon, Dr. Otusonya. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. All right, we have one of our regulars here. He's a renowned journalist, amongst other things. I know he's also a political strategist, you know. As events unfold, we will know how to qualify, you know, his capacity. Mr. Justin Akpovi is here with us. Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you so
Good
much.
afternoon.
Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Yes. Also, we have one of our very vocal panelists joining us today. He's a screenwriter, a renowned actor, and also a social critic, Mr. Femi Durojaye. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Good
for coming
afternoon,
on the
Mr.
show.
Femi. At least he has no problem. We're giving him the social critic.
We've been passing it around the table for a long time. All right. Maybe some people will be asking, what is an actor doing, you know, discussing national issues? Are you aware that Ronald Reagan, one of America's presidents, was an actor? You know, so anything is possible.
Anything.
We also had, is it Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's a governor in the States in the US. So, I mean, as long as you know what's going on around you,
Definitely.
you can be at the table.
Back home here, you have Desmond Elliott. He's
Yes,
in the house already.
that's right.
So.
That's
The actor.
RMD.
RMD.
Has
That's
been
Nollywood.
in Olympic
Yes.
for over 10 years now.
wow.
We are the ones that, we are the conscience of the society. We are the ones that make things to change the perception of the society to go up to a higher calling, so to say.
Okay.
Yes.
Apart from being a youth leader, I'm also a clergy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm also a clergy.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so in our discussion today, we'll be having the
The
religious,
spiritual
the
angle.
spiritual part.
No, just a man that can just speak the truth.
Yes.
Which is
Yes, that's
which is
what
very
we want.
absent in today's
All right,
politics.
thank you for joining us again.
Welcome.
All right, our first topic, the $16 billion power project probe. I think that's like the most recent story right now in Nigeria. Anyways, President Muhammadu Buhari has queried the spending of $16 billion on power by the past administration with nothing to show for it. Buhari said a former head of state even bragged that he spent more than 15 billion American dollars on power. Where is the power? Where is the power? And now we have to pay the debts, according to the president. Now, Buhari said the money was spent between 1999 and 2014, a period that spanned former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan's era. However, in immediate response that suggested Buhari's comment was directed at him, former President Olusegun Obasanjo said no money for power was mismanaged and that he was ready for probe. Okay, we have a footage where the president was actually, you know, talking about this issue, making this allegation. Let's quickly take that footage before we return to the table. We'll be back.
It's a terrible time. And the people are saying, what are we doing? Why can't we look them up? And again, I went on by telling them, I said, when I was in uniform, younger and rather ruthless, I got from the president down, I locked them in Kirikiri. I said, you are guilty unless you can prove yourself innocent. But I myself was locked up. And those who appropriated public funds were given back what they have taken away. Who did anything about it? One of the former heads of state between that time was bragging that he spent more than 15 billion American dollars, not naira, on power. Where is the power? Where is the power? And now we have to pay the debt. And this year's and last year's budget I took to the National Assembly was the highest in capital projects, more than 1.3 trillion naira. Let anybody come and confront me publicly.
Welcome back. All right, Dr. Otusanya, let's give you the honor of opening the floor. Where is the power, like the president asked?
All Nigerians, we knew quite well that there is no power anywhere in Nigeria. Government has spent a lot of money on power, but we are yet to see the handwriting. Because the past government, I can tell you categorically that they have not done anything about, concerning the power in Nigeria. And without power, our economy cannot move. We can't forge ahead economically because power is holding a lot of things that makes the economy to move forward, like establishment, foreign investors coming to Nigeria to establish. And power is one of the reasons why unemployment is being increased day in, day out in the country. So I can tell you that there is no power yet. We are just trying to boost it now.
Okay. All right, Mr. Justin, let me just get started this way. A lot of people probably felt that the president coming out at about this particular time seems to be somehow late. Why now?
Well, Alero, I don't know the better time to come out to ask where is the power. I don't know. Maybe you expected him to ask when he took over power. Okay, I said it on this program some time ago. I said Chief Obasanjo has no moral authority to criticize any government, past or present. And I stand by it because this is a man who spent 8 years in Aso Rock. 8 years, 8 wasted years in Aso Rock, and left Nigeria in total darkness after spending so much money. And this is a man that is coming out to tell Nigerians, I want to take President Buhari out. I have another alternative for you. But before then, like we were having this discussion some couple of days ago, and somebody said, Obasanjo gave us GSM. I said, oh, Obasanjo is now a manufacturer of GSM. He gave us GSM. Okay, quite I agree, granted. But he gave us telephones, and he gave us generators to be charging the phones. That was exactly what Obasanjo gave us in 8 years.
Okay, can I come in briefly?
No, listen. It still boils down to the fact, where is the power?
Okay. Let me just quickly say something about the 8 supposedly wasted years of Obasanjo.
Yes.
By 1999, Nigeria was probably in the exact situation that we find ourselves now. You understand? There's every possibility of us disintegrating into a worse situation. Obasanjo came, you understand? The first thing Obasanjo did was to take a surgical knife into the military. The military had become politicized. You understand? He retired a lot of generals to make the military stable. That's the first thing he did. Nigeria had a debt overhang that was making it impossible for us to have some money for project development. You understand? Himself and the Minister of Finance, Okojo, were a well-renowned financial person. We are able to pay back these debts. Okay. I think more than half of it was actually forgiven. You understand? So that Nigeria can have a new breath of life. I'm surprised that somebody can come here and tell us that what's it called? Olusegun Obasanjo did not do anything. 8 years wasted. Excuse me, I'm not finished.
Get emotional.
No, I'm not getting emotional. I'm talking about one by one.
Okay.
Who gave us the platforms to fight corruption in this country? Obasanjo did.
With the
He came
EFCC.
with the FCC, ICPC, and we had the police. This man, if you recall, you understand, the bill is sent to the National Assembly concerning the FCC. The legislators said it was too draconian. Obasanjo reacted to the problem of Nigeria in the best way possible, but the National Assembly watered down that bill of EFCC.
Okay.
That is the man that somebody is telling us did nothing.
Okay.
They were
All right, we hear you,
building
Mr.
blocks
Jojaye.
to put down.
Okay, we hear you,
And
Mr.
he did
Jojaye.
it. He did the work.
All right, let me bring you back in, Justin. Now, to buttress the question Alero asked you about why is it now, you know, that we're bringing all these allegations to the fore.
Yeah.
We all know that Obasanjo and Buhari are not enjoying the best of friendships at
Of
this
course,
time,
it's
you know,
not-
because he
it's
has been...
public knowledge.
Yeah, so people are now saying when Buhari was enjoying Obasanjo's
Friendship.
patronage, you
Was
know,
there any
yes?
time he enjoyed his
Okay,
public
there
knowledge?
was.
Please,
There was.
please, can I?
There was.
I've
There
not been
was.
asked about this 16
Hold on,
billion.
we'll come back.
Okay.
We'll come back to you. You know, there was a time both of them, you know, were on the same
Obasanjo
page.
has no friend.
No, Obasanjo was always going down to the
Yeah, he was going to
Why
because he was looking for
was
something. He
This,
was looking for something.
this power project
Yes.
thing didn't happen overnight. It
Yes.
didn't happen yesterday.
Yes.
The president was aware of this, was he not? Why were decisive action not taken a bit earlier than now? Because every action of the president now will be translated to mean he's canvassing votes for 2019. That is just
This
it.
might take
Well, this is a man who has declared his intention to run in 2019. So I don't see what is wrong. You have against him canvassing for votes in any form. So if you claim that he took on Obasanjo and that means he's canvassing for votes, of course he should canvass for votes because he has declared his intentions to run. And majority of Nigerians, I believe, are behind him. So it's not a question of you can say you are not behind him. Because
There is
for
nothing to support what you are saying.
obvious reasons.
Yes, there's nothing to support what you are saying. The majority of
The
Nigerians
same people who voted for him,
Yes.
the figure have increased.
How?
So it's not
Is it the middle belt that it has increased, or in the southwest that it has increased?
Okay, hold on. We're not discussing Buhari's popularity.
Yeah,
We're not
so
discussing his popularity.
Let's come back to this
Let's
16
come back to
billion.
this.
No,
Okay.
to the
back to
context.
the issue.
Yes.
Back to the issue.
Okay.
Buhari,
Why now?
Why now?
That is a critical question.
Why now?
Yes.
If somebody is being loud, listen to me. If somebody is being loud, prancing like a stallion horse all over the country and saying Buhari has failed, then it behoves on the president to say, okay, yes, I agree. If you are saying I failed, then
How about you?
what have you done? What did you do?
Okay.
But
So it was on the spur of the moment. It was I guess the event warranted that question. And come to think of it, Buhari did not direct Buhari did not name Obasanjo, did he?
He did
It just put
directly.
the years
So what
from
are we-
1999 to
So
2004.
what are we really
That's
talking
when he
about?
was president.
What are we
Excuse
talking
me.
about?
Okay,
Please,
okay,
I
one
like-
house. All right, let's
please.
listen to you. Okay.
Righteousness exalts the nation.
Yes.
I believe President Buhari will have said this in the first year of in the office.
There's no better
First
time.
year in
When the
office.
fight for corruption was,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
the hard.
very,
Yes.
very, very much.
Okay.
When
I
the
get
fight
it.
of corruption
What
was
I
what?
can-
When the fight
what I
against
can-
corruption was
Very,
at
very,
its
very-
peak,
yeah,
it's that
still
time.
very much.
Please, can I say something?
What I can deduce from this is that
Okay.
there is a political gain in this.
In this.
Okay.
Please, I will like.
And do you have any problem with that?
Now because of yes, because of
Do you have any problem with that?
We have a problem with that.
But
We have a
that's
problem.
not
We have a
Let us
problem
talk
with
about
that.
the issue.
We have said it before.
I'm
We have-
interested in the issue.
Okay,
You
that's all.
say $16 billion has been wasted. And former President Obasanjo replied Buhari
And he
and
said we should go and read this book.
no, go and read the memo, hand over memo. If he still has the attention span to read the memo.
Did you read his
See,
reply?
can I say something here, right? This issue of the way the president even asked it, he asked it like a market woman. Apologies to our women, like a market person. Where is the power? Excuse me. You think spending 16 billion naira is in the air? There are infrastructure you put on ground that will generate that power.
So for 8 years, the
the
infrastructure did not work.
the question should be, you said you spent 16 billion. You went to Afam, you went to Egbi, you went to this place. There is nothing on the ground. That is more, that would be a more practical way to question what's it called, 16 billion expenditure.
Which is still questionable though, because we're not sure
But
if that figure is accurate.
You see, that's what, let us, you see,
Because
this thing is very apparent. There was a National Assembly that probed this 16 billion power.
Yeah.
It wasn't
You
even
understand?
16 billion, it was 6 billion.
See, there was
6 billion
there was a
there.
probe, you understand, and the probe produced nothing.
That
It
was the
produced nothing.
Tamwal ad hoc committee
Yeah,
thing.
you see,
Okay.
what I want to say is this.
How many
And
how
President,
many
wait,
probes
wait,
are
and President
something before?
Obasanjo was right. Buhari, President Muhammadu Buhari, has all the facts and figures within. If you say you are fighting corruption, there is no need to talk. Just go, take the thing to EFCC, and you go to court. You understand?
And people like you will be jumping on TV.
No, no, no.
on
See,
radio and
I'm
saying,
talking
yes,
about-
He's withholding Obasanjo now because
There is no witch hunting
No,
when you go to court.
That's-
This
that's
amount
the-
of money has been stolen.
That's the
Let the
position.
court, let the court decide. It is not enough for anybody to. You can allege anything. You can see anything. You understand? The APC that the president belongs to has no morality. You understand? They can do anything. They can say anything, and they have been doing so. You understand? So when you say 16 billion naira has been blown, and there's nothing to show for it, it's so pedestrian. If you want to talk about project, for example, to those who know anything about project execution, especially dealing with government ministries and all that, I want to believe that is the Ministry of Power that's in charge of these power projects, right? For every stage of work you do, a certificate is issued to you.
under Obasanjo.
Excuse me, it is normal government practice anywhere.
Go ahead.
Even if
ahead, go
Zenith
ahead.
Bank is building, it's the same procedure.
Under
You understand?
Obasanjo.
Now, you give a certificate that, okay, thus far you have done this project, and then they pay you. You understand? They don't pay you ahead of the project you do. No. When you have executed the project to a point, you present what you have done. The people in the supervisory ministry comes, checks, and issue you a certificate of that particular section of the work completed. Then they pay you. Now, what a pro panel is supposed to do is to say the certificate issued, right, does not correspond to the amount
With
of
the
work
work
done.
done.
That's where you can establish fraud.
Which-
That has not been done.
Who headed
That
that
has not
probe
been
panel?
All right,
done.
Mr. Femi, calm down. All right, let's listen to you.
The probe panel was under which government?
It was under Jonathan, I think.
Jonathan was who put Jonathan there?
That is a pedestrian way of putting. See, let's elevate this discussion. Let's elevate this
How
discussion to
many probe
factual.
panels? Listen, you are getting too emotional for
I'm
my
not
liking.
getting
I know,
emotional.
I know.
I'm talking facts.
You are getting because
I'm
you are-
talking
You are
facts.
screaming.
Hold on, hold
talking
on.
You really
facts.
need to
Mr.
calm
Femi,
down.
hold
You need
on.
to calm down.
Let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
You
facts.
need to calm down.
We cannot
No,
answer
listen.
that question.
No, okay, listen.
Who puts
Okay, listen.
Jonathan
I mean, that's
where? We
pedestrian.
can't answer that
This,
question.
look, when I don't join in discussion when you become insulting.
Go
Because
ahead. We're
first
listening
of
to you
all,
now.
I heard you said APC lacks morality.
It does.
And now you make your point.
You have said the same thing.
Hold on.
You said Obasanjo does not have the morality
I
to
think-
question a government.
moral
You said
authority.
the same thing.
There is a difference between
Okay,
moral
hold on.
authority and morality.
Please,
They are the same.
Mr. Femi,
They are the
I
same.
implore
When you say pedestal,
I
you need
implore
to
you.
mind your language.
Hold on. I implore you, Mr.
Yeah.
Femi.
You also need to mind your
Let
language.
us listen to Justin Akpovi.
You need to mind
Let
your
him
language.
land.
Mind your
Mr.
language.
Justin, go,
All right.
leave
Please,
that
go
issue.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Just talk.
We are here to discuss this.
Yes, because
Yes, we are here to
you-
discuss.
you- I'm abusive.
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
You know.
We're listening to you.
Where was I? Because he has directly already.
We're talking about.
He's getting too emotional for my liking.
Let's talk about the facts of the project.
You are getting too emotional for my
I
liking.
saw-
Listen to me. What I am saying is this.
Let me ask
the
you-
pro panel
yeah.
you are talking about, right?
Yes.
The pro panel you are talking about is this.
Yes.
It was under
they said that-
Jonathan's administration.
Now, one thing you should also understand that how many pro panels have been set up in this country before, and what were the results? You understand? So when we are categorically naming the pro panel and say, pro panel has exonerated so and so, and I begin to wonder.
So what
Are
is
you
your
living in
point,
this
sir?
Can I ask you a question,
Yeah, go
Mr.
ahead.
Akpovi?
Go ahead.
Now, for the president to have known about this kind of humongous amounts spent on nothing.
Was it a secret? Has it been a secret that
Hold
Obasanjo
on.
spent 16 billion naira
Hold
on
on.
power?
Hold on. And for a president whose number one agenda when coming into power was to fight corruption,
Yeah.
what should the president have done
You expected him to take
in
on,
the first place?
you saw all corrupt cases from 99 should be taken at once. Is that what you so you should have so many things to fry?
Okay,
on
so
the same
what you're
plate?
saying is it got to
It must be said by
Okay,
state. It has come to Obasanjo's turn.
Okay.
So we are asking, Nigerians are asking, where is the power?
Okay, Mr. Justin, I need to ask this quick question. If everything was still going smoothly with the president
Have you ever gone smoothly between the two of them?
Obasanjo, will this matter, older and Mr. Femi,
Yes.
will this matter
Have
of
come
power, would it have come up?
Do you think it would have come up
Do
at
you
this
think
time?
it would have come up?
If he was still enjoying
It
the
was
support.
still enjoying the support
From
from
Obasanjo.
Obasanjo.
Listen to me. When you say support, I'm beginning. I have some reservations when you
Okay,
say.
so you don't think Obasanjo
Obasanjo
supported
does not have
Buhari
any
at
friend.
time?
Obasanjo does. When the kind of support that the fact remains that in the run up to the 2015 election,
Yeah.
you say because Obasanjo fell out with Jonathan, and did Obasanjo at any point in time campaign for Buhari?
He
You
does
mean
not
go
have
from
to
state to
campaign.
So what are we talking about here? So if you say, did Obasanjo mount any podium? Did Obasanjo mount any podium to say, vote for Buhari? So when you are talking about a relationship that has been rosy, and I'm beginning to wonder, say, where has it been? Because Obasanjo, that we all know, has no friend.
Okay, let's
Obasanjo
come to,
does have
hold on,
friends.
let's come to Dr. Otusanya.
Oh.
I want to ask about the EFCC.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when we talk about fraud in Nigeria, that is the arm of the government that we think should do the job and all that. In this case, we haven't seen the effectiveness of the EFCC. Is the EFCC still relevant in today's reality in Nigeria in the fight against corruption?
Well, I can't say much about EFCC as well, but I heard in the news that the EFCC want to, commence an investigation.
A probe into the
probe
yes.
into these 16 billion naira or dollar. Now, I believe we still have much to do concerning this EFCC because they've not done much. Most of the cases that went to court with them, they failed because there's no core investigation from the beginning. So, and if an institution like EFCC is failing in their own cases, definitely where are we heading to when it comes to corruption, how to curb corruption in Nigeria?
Okay, all right. I just needed to get that out.
Patience,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead.
You had a situation. You had a situation whereby when some judges were arrested, and people said, "Whoa, it's a sacrilege. You don't arrest judges. You don't say, oh, you don't allege that they've committed any form of this thing." This is a very peculiar country, Nigeria.
Yes.
You know why? Now, there was a time a former minister of petroleum, was fingered or named in certain investigations until the court started seizing the property of that former minister. People were in the south were holding banners and protesting on the street. Leave our daughter alone. So it's a peculiar. You cannot have a country like Nigeria and you expect things when you have people majorly are devious in the sense that if they arrest your people, if you arrest somebody from your region, it's a witch hunt.
Yes.
And you expect the EFCC to function
I get what
But
you're
I
saying.
believe governments still have power.
No, you
I get
expect
what
the
you
EFCC to
got,
function.
but
Now you
governments
also
have power.
against another background of the corrupt, the supposedly corrupt judiciary.
Okay.
So why won't they fail in court?
Okay.
Not that EFCC
Is that the reason why they are feeling?
All right, Mr. Femi, on the last
No,
note,
but
quickly
yes,
on
it's not
this
what-
matter,
Please,
quickly.
if
on
you
this
go
matter.
to court
Yes.
with a wishy-washy case, because we threw it out.
That's it.
There was a judge that had been absorbed of this corruption thing. The judge threw out the case. You understand?
Yeah.
APC is comfortable. Buhari's APC is comfortable conducting his trial on social media. They are more comfortable there. You understand? Where facts are not sacrosanct. My point is this. If you have a case of actual fraud committed during the power project,
take it through the
you
right
take it to
process.
court.
Okay.
Simple. Now,
It has
concerning
just-
the
it has just
political,
started.
excuse me, concerning the political halo, concerning this 16 billion, is to be expected. As I said, Buhari's APC, they have no morality. Let me take you back quickly to the issue of budget padding. Buhari says he's fighting corruption. I don't know who is deceiving. Now, there was allegation of budget padding. In this Saraki's